Hello everyone, Ms. Tran here to talk to you about how to complete the application for Durham Technical Community College. So the first step that you want to do is go to cfnc.org. So this is going to be the College Foundation of North Carolina. They have a lot of great things that you can do for planning your future, applying to college, paying for college, saving for college. We're going to apply to college, apply to Durham Tech through here. You can also find any of the other North Carolina colleges or universities applications on cfnc.org. You can also request your transcript to be sent to any North Carolina colleges or universities for free electronically through cfnc.org. But let's get started to apply to Durham Tech. So first, once you are on this page, you want to click log in. Once we are on the login page, if you don't already have an account, you want to create an account, but I'm gonna go ahead and log in. And then it's gonna take me back to the home page. And once we're back at the home page, we are going to click apply to college, scroll down, and then click apply to application hub here, or application hub here. Doesn't matter. It's going to take you to a new tab. All right. And then if you've already applied to a school or sent a transcript to a school, it would show up here. But we haven't, so we're gonna click start an application on the right. And you could, if you wanted to, scroll down and look for your school, but I think it's much easier to just type in the name. So I'm gonna click Durham, and then it already pops up. And then you're gonna select an application. Now, two applications pop up, the Durham Technical Community College application or the Durham Technical Community College CCP application. We're gonna do the community college application because the CCP application is for dual enrollment. It's for taking classes at Durham Tech while you are still in high school. But right now we're applying to Durham Tech for after high school. So once you click the application you want to start, you'll click apply and a new tab will show up with the application. So here first you're gonna see an informational page, a message from the campus. You do want to go ahead and read all this, whether it's for Durham Tech or something else, because they have important information about applications without a social security number, a high school student, students seeking an F1 student visa. Just make sure that you're reading all this so that you are completing the application and doing everything that you need to. They might say that, yes, this is the application, but you need to send us more information. So just make sure that you read everything through and through. Before we start looking at the tabs, I want you all to take a look at the left here with all of the names of the sections. So here we see little circles next to all of the sections. The blank circles mean that it's incomplete, and the circles with a check mean that it is complete, and it will automatically do it as soon as it is complete. So if you filled out the page, but it's not filling up with a check, that means that you're missing something. So you do want to make sure that you're checking everything. Okay, and you can see here also that the Durham Tech application doesn't ask you for much: name and address, personal information. These are things you probably already know. Educational information, you probably already know. And then enrollment information, and then residency determination, which we'll talk about later. I'd say the whole application here, it takes about 20 minutes to complete, which isn't that bad. The video might take longer, but that'll be because I'll explain a lot on the way. So name and address, since I have my name and address already on my profile when I created my CFNC account, they already filled it out. So most of this is already done actually. So here's my name, any former names because of divorce, marriage, things like that. Permanent address, this is just the school's address. Telephone number, you can be best reached at, and then email address here. What most students miss is that there's an email verification. So you do need to put your email twice. And the other thing that comes up a lot, as you can see here, is that the telephone number has to be a certain format. So if you do the first format, spacing does matter. So I usually just prefer to do this one so that I don't have to worry about spacing. Alrighty. And then if it didn't already autofill for you here and your mailing address is the same as your permanent address, just click copy so that you don't have to type everything again. Then you click next, and there it is. That's done. And you can see here it showed up with a check. Now, when we are completing this application, I want y'all to see how I am skipping a lot of information because you only need to complete anything with a red asterisk, that symbol right there. Anything that doesn't have a red asterisk, you don't need to provide. So I'm going to skip social security number and NC student number. But I think there was a note about why you might want to put in your social security number in the beginning. But I'm not going to type in my social security number here. Okay, so you do need to put in a gender. You don't need to put in ethnicity or race. You do need to put in your citizenship. You do need to say whether you have a driver's license or not. If you do, you have to give them what state the driver's license is for, your driver's license number, and the original date issued. So all of this you can find on your driver's license. So I'm just going to say no. And then they also need you to answer questions about military service. So no, I have not served in the U.S. Armed Forces, and I am neither an active duty military dependent. Okay, and then they want to know my emergency contact just in case something bad happens to me. Again, telephone has a certain format, so you want to make sure that it's right. And then we're done here. That was so quick. Name and address, personal information, already done. Now, enrollment term can get a little bit trickier. Enrollment information can be a little bit trickier, and I'll explain why in a little bit. So first, you want to know enrollment term. So I'm completing this application. I'm looking at this application on September 9th, 2020. So the enrollments terms that are open are fall 2020, spring 2021, and summer 2021. The fall 2021 application does not open until sometime in October, so in about 1 month. So I'm going to say that we're completing this for spring 2021. Maybe I am an early graduate and I want to start taking classes in the spring. They also want to know whether you are a freshman or a transfer. If you're coming from high school, you are a freshman, even if you did CCP classes. Okay, and then they want to know whether you want to do full-time or part-time. So you want to think about this carefully. If you're planning on working a full-time job, I highly recommend that you only do part-time. If you're doing a part-time job, enrolling full-time is doable. But if you want more flexibility, if you want more free time, part-time job and part-time enrollment could also be good. It's really up to you. Just have that conversation with yourself, your loved ones, an academic advisor to see what's the best fit for you. I'm going to say full-time. And then you also have to indicate whether you want to take classes in the day, evening, online, or combination. For a lot of students, this depends on their job. If you're working a job mostly night shifts, you'll probably want to take day classes. If you're taking day shifts, you probably want to take night classes. And online is going to have more flexibility as in terms of where you're taking classes. But all of y'all are experiencing online teaching right now. Online classes at Durham Tech would be different because they've been doing online for a really long time. So it wouldn't be the same as your high school teachers teaching online, but you've had a taste for what online class looks like. And if you like it, definitely consider it. And then you also have the choice for a combination. So any combination of day, evening, online. So let's say day. Okay. So I think the trickiest part of this application is choosing the program of study or major that you're interested, because there are so many different types of programs that you could enroll in, and they are really different. Here's an associate degree, certificate, I don't see diploma. So there are all of those, and even within one, like even within early childhood education, you see several. Even within electrical systems technology, you see several. So it might be confusing as to what you want to do specifically. I plan on releasing a video going more in depth about this, but I'll talk about this briefly. So a certificate, sorry, continuing education. I don't see any continuing education here, but a continuing education that means that there's no credit. It prepares you for something, but you don't get credit for it. It might prepare you for a licensing test like real estate, but you're not going to get a certificate. You're not going to get a piece of paper that says, hey, you've done this, you can now be a real estate agent or something like that. But it will help you. Continuing education can also be really good for personal enrichment. And continuing education usually is a couple of classes, maybe a couple of weeks, some months, not super long though. Next is going to be a certificate program. So a certificate program usually prepares you to do something very specific. So let's see here. So here you see several different certificates within electrical systems technology. And it depends on whether you want to do maintenance electrician or construction electrician. So it's something very specific within electrical systems technology. A certificate program takes several months to complete. Usually, I'd say about like 6 to 10 months, within a year though, for the most part. Next, after a certificate, you do receive a piece of paper saying that you are qualified to do X thing. So that is great. After a certificate is a diploma. So a diploma is a lot like a certificate, but it's a little longer and you learn a little bit more. So it's not going to be as specific. See here, there's not a diploma in something specific like control electrician, but it's just a diploma for electrical systems technology. So it prepares you for a specific field. So next up is an associate degree, associate in applied science. So an associate in applied science in electrical systems technology is going to be a 2-year degree, and this is going to be the highest level degree you can get within electrical systems technology here. And if you take this class and you graduate, you're going to be setting yourself up really well to get a job for electrical systems technology. You'll learn everything that you would learn for a construction electrician, control electrician, maintenance electrician, diploma. So it is the one that takes the longest because it covers the most information. So that's really great if you want to do electrical systems technology or whatever else, but you want to do more than get a certificate or a diploma. So that's an associate in applied science. It prepares you for a job. Now, besides an associate in applied science in different fields, there's so many fields, as you can see. You'll also see, if we scroll back up, that there are associate in arts, associate in engineering, associate in fine arts, associate in science, associate in general education nursing. So all of these are not associates in applied science. I know it's really confusing. These are going to transfer, but where they transfer to can be tricky also. So an associate in arts degree and an associate in science degree is going to be mostly classes that are going to knock out general education requirements, like your math, science, social study, language arts classes, all of that, so that you can transfer to a 4-year college or university as a junior and not have to take any general education requirements. Start studying your major. So that's an associate in arts, an associate in science. Now, an associate in engineering degree is going to be about the same thing, but it's going to prepare you to transfer to an engineering program. So if you're not sure that you want to go into engineering, probably not the greatest idea, because that's what it prepares you to do. It prepares you to get more schooling in engineering, or it prepares you to get a job that requires fundamental training in engineering. Similarly, associate in fine arts, you can transfer that to a bachelor's degree in fine arts. Can't expect that you can transfer that to a bachelor's degree in biology, though. And then again, associate in science and associate in arts are going to be those ones that will transfer to a general 4-year degree. The difference between associate in arts and associate in science is what you want to focus on when you're studying at a college or university. If you want to focus on your writing skills, critical analysis, reading skills, because you want to be, I don't know, like a lawyer or a journalist or something, or a teacher, an associate in arts will do quite well. If you want to be in computer science or something, or a doctor, or a architect, different careers that require more math and science, you want to do an associate in science degree so that you can practice your math and science. And then associate in nursing degree, that's going to prepare you to become a registered nurse. And if you want, you can transfer to a bachelor's degree in nursing so that you can get a bachelor's of science in nursing. Yeah, so those are all of the different degrees in a nutshell, in a very, very small nutshell. I'm just going to say associate in arts here. I had another note. So North Carolina has agreements in place where your credits at a North Carolina community college will transfer to public 4-year colleges and universities in North Carolina, and some private independent colleges and universities in North Carolina. Outside of North Carolina, transfer credits can get a bit murkier. You're not sure whether they'll take your, I don't know, writing 101 class. So it just depends. You want to look into that a little bit more, and I'm happy to have that conversation with you. Okay, moving on though, they will also ask you for your education goals. So here, whether you want to do degree, diploma, certificate, transfer to a 4-year college or university, gain skills for a new job or present job, or take courses for personal enrichment and interest. So transfer, and then employment status while enrolled. So this is just what you plan on doing. So if you don't have a job right now, but you think you might have a job, you say unemployment seeking employment. And then how did you learn about the college? I'll say college liaison, Ms. Hines. And they want to know whether you've been expelled or suspended from another college or university. No, because you probably haven't attended another college or university. Okay, so that was the trickiest part. We're almost done with this application. Now you want to type in your high school. So just typing in Northern, it goes ahead, pops up. It already fills out a lot for you. I really wish it filled out everything for you because it would make more sense. That's okay. So Northern High School is a public school. You want to put in that it is in Durham County. Graduation date or last date attended. So if you're an early graduate, you would put something different. But for all of y'all graduating in June, you'd put 06/2020 in this format because they want it in month, year format. And then high school track. So there are different high school tracks, but if you have no clue, then you can put track unknown. That's totally okay. If you've mostly been taking AP and honors classes, you're probably college prep. General prep if you've been not taking AP classes or honors classes, vocational and technical university prep. Other track, just put what you think it is. Then they'll ask whether you've graduated from high school. So yes, you've graduated. No, you did not graduate, or you're currently in high school. Okay, and then you want to indicate the highest level of education completed. You can say 12th grade if you're in 12th grade. And then have you received a high school equivalency diploma or adult high school diploma? If you're in high school right now, neither of these are applicable to you. Then you just scroll down. You did not attend any colleges or universities. Click next. And then you get to residency determination. So the residency determination service is required for this application. You need to complete it because they want to know whether to charge you in-state tuition or out-of-state tuition. It's a difference of about $4,000, I believe. It takes about 20 minutes. It'll ask for things like your social security number and your parents and legal guardians information, like identification numbers, driver's license numbers, vehicle registration information, tax filing status, employment information, voter registration information. It sounds like a lot, but it doesn't actually take that long, and then they'll let you know right away whether they think you are a resident. And once you've done that and you refresh your application, or if you do that before you start the application, it will go ahead and autofill this page for you. But if it doesn't autofill the page for you, you can go back into your residency, and there is a big old number on the top that says residency certification number. Copy and paste it, write it down, do whatever you need to do. And then that's pretty much it. The last step is to certify to the best of your knowledge that the information given is true and complete, that you understand that if found to be otherwise, it may be cause for delay or denial of admission, loss of credit, or dismissal, and that you therefore consent to the release of transcripts to Durham Tech. And then enter your full name, and this takes the place of a signature. And that's it. Applying to community college is always free, so you would submit it, and then you would be done with the application. Great, awesome. Now, besides the application, you do want to be on the lookout for a couple of things. So first is financial aid. You want to complete the free application for federal student aid, FAFSA. It opens October 1st every year. You need to complete it for every year that you want financial aid. So theoretically, you do it twice. For community college, you do it 4 times. For a four-year college or university, you'd also want to do it for grad school as well. So FAFSA, definitely do it. It makes you eligible for any type of financial aid you can get. It could be free money of up to $6,345 per year that you don't have to pay back, that you just get because of your financial need. It might be loans that don't accrue any interest until you're 6 months out of school. Or it could be loans that are at lower rates than private institutions. So definitely just complete FAFSA. You don't have to do it the day that it opens, but you do want to do it earlier rather than later. So ideally October, November, December, before you're going to start school. Besides FAFSA, you want to be on the lookout for an email from Durham Tech. It should come within, I would say, a week of completing the application, and they'll tell you that you need to do a couple of stuff before being able to register for classes. So 1, create a Durham Tech email. 2, attend an orientation session that's probably online. And 3, speak to an advisor to make sure that you are signing up for the classes that is right for you. And then that email will have all the links and information on how to complete everything. And if you have any questions about the process for registering for classes, the best person to go to is an academic advisor or admissions person from Durham Tech. If you have any questions for me, let me know. That's all I've got for y'all. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns. Have a good day, everyone.